Hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Happy Friday, everybody. It's the last Friday of the year. Cannot believe we're already here. Hey, that rhymed. No, but oh my goodness, how is 2023 almost over? Can anyone raise their hand and tell me how? How is this possible? I swear the years just go by faster and faster and faster. I even have a weird little, I guess, theory that if you, especially those of you in your, say, late 20s through 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, however old you are, I would say over the, say, 27, 28 year threshold, think back to when you were a kid and you saw people who you deemed as old people, and now take that age that you thought was old, and especially if you are around that age now, do people today just not look and seem a lot younger than they used to? So my theory is that time has actually sped up, that, you know, maybe me as a 41-year-old, that probably closer or looks closer to maybe age 36, just because things have sped up so much. I don't know. Is that just me? I even have people tell me I look younger than 36, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. If time is just not as, you know, on time as we think it is, I don't know. Is that just me? Hello, everybody. So I need to apologize to Steffers, because as I was closing up on Wednesday, I realized, as she said, we can do mine later. I'm like, oh no, she donated, and here I just closed the live stream. So, hi Tanya. So I'm going to be starting with her, or I will timestamp hers. So if we have donations come in, you will be bumped to the top of the list. Unless Steffers is here, then she will go first. But we are also going to be doing our free collective reading to get us going today. Since we have 4 people here, feel free to check on in and say hi. 4 people, 4 pentacles. I love that little synchronicity there. So yes, the last Friday of the year. Anyone have any cool like New Year's plans? I never go out for New Year's Eve or any of those types of holidays, but yeah, let me know if you have any fun plans. Even just hanging out with friends or family. My plan every single New Year's Eve since I met my husband that's my father-in-law's birthday. So we always go out to dinner for his birthday, and usually it's to, Tanya knows, Lolo Creek Steakhouse. Tanya's been there. That place is so good. But yeah, we go there, and it's fun. So fun. Oh, you will donate, but you're in the car, so like 15 minutes or so. That works perfectly. Snuggling with the pups and reading a good book or 3. Oh, that sounds like the best day ever. Yes, bring me my pups and a book or 2 or 3, a good book or 2 or 3. Oh, sign me up. In fact, I got a lot of books for Christmas. Not like fiction books, but I got like writing craft books. One book on dialogue, another book on like archetypes that I'm really excited to dive into and learn more about. There was another, I think it was called 7-Figure Fiction, another good one I'm looking forward to diving into. And then there was one called, I think, Romanticizing Your Brand. So of course I haven't built my author brand whatsoever yet. But I need to start thinking about that as I round out finishing book 2 in the series, because eventually I'm going to need to start publishing all these books I'm writing, right? And I want to do it right, and I want to set myself up for success, not failure. So I got a lot of learning to do on the more businessy end of being an author. So a lot of the books that I got for Christmas, I put them on my wish list, and, you know, my mother-in-law pretty much was like, yep, we'll just get all these. It was so nice of her. But yeah, I'm really excited to dive in and learn the more admin and business end of writing. But there was also some like actual writing craft books as well. So I'm pretty excited to get into that. And yeah. Anyone have any New Year's resolutions? I don't think I'm going to set any kind of resolution per se, but I do have some, I guess, big overarching goals for the new year, and I guess I'll share them since we're here. We might as well. So like just a personal like health lifestyle type of goal that I want to put in place is just working out more consistently. And it's weird because I'll get on this bandwagon where I'm hitting every mark and I'm doing all the things and I'm really proud of myself. But then something happens, either, we get busy and then we're starting to eat more fast food or something like that. And then I just feel like I'm completely off of my game. So my goal throughout 2024 is just to be more consistent in not just the working out, but actually also just what I'm eating. I want to be better. I want to do better for myself and for my family. So that's like, I guess, my personal goal. But again, it's not going to be this hit it hard starting January 1st. No, I'm easing into everything. I'm easing in and setting up a nice foundation before I really start to build upon said foundation. Because if I just go gung-ho, balls to the wall, as they say, I will crash and burn like I do every time. So I'm not going to do that. At least I'm going to try not to do that. I'm going to be very mindful not to do that. Yes, eating better, moving, meditating, journaling, practicing self-care. Yes, I love all that. Yes, and for me, I'm in a personal year 8. Sorry, universal year number 8 for everybody, which is all about go, 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 do, do, do. Get out there, take action. But I'm in a personal year 4, which is about very Knight of Pentacles energy, which I normally don't like that energy. It's not my favorite because it's too slow. I need to see results. But yet, usually if I just barge into something, I lose momentum because I just burn myself out. So I need to just, what's the word? Just channel that Knight of Pentacles energy throughout this 2024 year. And, being a universal or personal year 4 for me, I keep saying universal. Personal year 4 for me, it is about building those solid foundations and, setting goals and breaking said goals down into attainable bite-sized chunks so that I don't, again, burn myself out or get lost or feel stagnant about it. Just slow and steady will win me the race. Not that I'm in a race, but you know what I mean. And then of course, I'll share my writing goals as well. I got a couple of them. Finish book 2. I'm in the 3rd act. I'm about 5, almost 6 scenes into the act 3 of book 2. So that means I'm absolutely less than probably 17,000 words from finishing the draft out and having a completed first draft of book 2. I'm so excited about that. So there's that goal. Second goal is to, starting around the midpoint of my book 1, implementing the suggestions that my critique group gave me for book 1 from that midpoint all the way through the end of the book, to then get that into like 4th draft. Some of it's in first draft, some of it's in 2nd, some is in 3rd, and the beginning half of the book is in 4th draft, like solid 4th draft status. But I kept like getting to about to the midpoint where it gets more convoluted and just being like, oh, this is hard. I'm going to start back over and go back to chapter 1 and re-edit and just, cut out my crutch words and all that fun stuff. So the last part of the book definitely needs, it absolutely needs that first pass with my critique group suggested changes or nuance, and maybe even another draft to just, cut my crutch words and, make sure I'm not overusing certain concepts or dialogue tags or, whatever, just all the things. Make sure I have a good setting and, the aesthetic and the mood is there. And then my, I guess, kind of weird nebulous goal would be to get that in beta reader hands by May. And this was actually planned out because of the card I got for May, which at this point I'm blanking on. Oh, it was the 3 Pentacles for my writing. We did on the live stream on Tuesday. So if you missed our 2024 tarot reading event, you can go check that out. As long as you have your own tarot deck and something to write down your findings with, you can participate and make a plan for yourself for this year. And that's what I did. So after that, what is my next goal? Oh, I do want to take a course that I purchased, I want to say a year and a half ago at this point, called Publish and Thrive by Sarah Cannon, aka Heart Breathings. And I want to go through and finish Publish and Thrive, so I at least have a basic understanding of how to start publishing, even if it's not into 2025 yet. That's my goal. So yeah, I want to do that, and that starts in February. So yes, I need to, again, take it slow and steady with my writing and my personal stuff. And as far as goals, I guess for this channel, I don't really have goals for the Done Creative or Harmony Portal Tarot, just because they're kind of just there without me, I guess, needing to continue to contribute there. At least for now, I don't have the, I don't know. I don't have the mental energy to be putting toward those channels right now, just because there's really no return on investment with the energy exchange of all the time and effort I have to put in, you know, first of all, to film the video, then to edit the video, then upload the video. It just doesn't go anywhere. No one sees it except maybe a very teeny tiny handful of my subscribers. And you might even see, like on YouTube, you will watch and they're like, my analytics tell me that 70% of you aren't even subscribed. That's actually a good thing. That means the algorithm is pushing your content out there to people that aren't even subscribed to you. Mine says 91% of my viewers are already subscribed, which they're not pushing my content to anybody. Someone might randomly find it somehow, but even if I go, say, on my husband's YouTube account and look up literally the Done Creative, I can be, they know it's weird because a bunch of tarot videos pop up when you type in the Done Creative. If I use my other account that's not the Done Creative, just my personal looking through YouTube account, it pops up right away. But on my husband's account, it gives like the Gem Goddess and, you know, all these more popular tarot readers, and then even some tarot readers I've never heard of. And then when you're about to give up, you know, hundreds and hundreds of pages down, it seems like there's a video by the Done Creative. It's just so weird. Yeah. Oh, a lot of readers are moving to lives only. And I even thought about doing that over on the Done Creative. To just do, if I want to do a pick a card, I can still do it. Because I could just say, okay, we're starting group 1. Here we go. Here's group 2. Here's group 3. And, you know, it cuts down on all the editing I'd need to do and all that. But again, who knows? Who knows what the actual audience would look like? I don't know. But yeah, that's good to know. Very interesting. I know that it's weird because you can't talk about certain things. And especially when I had what I would consider the rude awakening from the awakening, and then the stuff I really started talking about at that point, the little bit of push out or promotion that YouTube would do for my videos completely nosedived yet again. And I was already operating on fumes at that point. And then it just went to even less than that. And I was just like, so it's so frustrating because you're living from your spirit, from your heart, and trying to do your best to reach the people that could definitely benefit. And I know a lot of people could benefit from a lot of the messages that are coming through, but they're not being recognized or seen by those that could benefit. And I know those readings aren't for everybody, so it's not like, oh, everybody should see them. No. But I know there's people out there that could benefit that just aren't getting them. So I like to try to trip the system and just set that intention that, you know, their inner self will guide them if it needs to be or should be or is destined to be. But a lot of just really pushing from the gate, that's not a very, I guess, attractive energy as far as, you know, you feel like you are, oh, you forgot it was Friday watching at 2 times speed. I hear you. I do that all the time. But yeah, it's not a very, you know, when you're already starting from this like defensive state, trying, just really hoping that something happens out there in the ether, it's probably not a good place that I'm coming from to try to get the messages out to begin with. So if I do return, say, to the Done Creative, that's the one, I don't know, I keep feeling like that's probably where I would return rather than Harmony Portal Tarot. And, but if I do, it probably will be in a live format or something like that. Just because, you know, that way I love hanging out live, and then you guys can hang out live. And then we don't have to worry about if anyone sees it or not, because those that were there during the live, cool. They saw it. That's awesome. That's what it was meant to be. Let's do it. All right. So that's pretty much, I guess, my goals for my more businessy stuff and then personal. But let's do a collective reading. We have 7 people here, which sounds like quite a good number. As a life past 7, I love that number. It's always been one of my favorite numbers. And that's even before I knew I was life path 7. So very cool. All right. So let's see. Ooh, we have here the Page of Cups right here. So this is for all of us watching now or on the replay. Page of Cups, this is good surprises. So there might be some good news that you're just not expecting. Good news coming in. Maybe you're hearing from someone you haven't heard from in a while. For someone watching, this could be, it feels like pregnancy, but not like literal pregnancy. It's just like you're pregnant with possibility. Like that's the vibe I'm getting, is like potentials. Like there's new potentials, new timelines opening for something creative to be birthed into this realm. Yes, absolutely. That's what's going on here. Big yes, big confirmation, especially for those of you that are my more creative or, and creative doesn't just have to look like creating art. This can look like remodeling your home. This could look like, you know, learning to do your makeup really well, that makes you feel the best you can feel. This can look like creating a really beautiful garden area in your yard. This can look like so many different things. It doesn't just have to be painting, drawing, writing, all that type of stuff. It can be so many different kind of things. So, and of course, the news coming in is going to be very clarifying. You're going to be very crystal clear on your next steps, your next moves, certain people's intentions. But again, it feels good. It's not like you're feeling betrayed by anybody. And if anything, there might be someone that you've been kind of having a bit of friction with, and you're realizing a lot of it was just a massive misunderstanding or assumptions being made, maybe on your end or their end or both, and you're being able to clear this up. And I see this between now and why did I almost say September? Definitely before September. I meant July. No, I can never say January. I can never just straight up say January. January 6th. Okay, so that gives us what? 8-9 days from now. Oh, Michelle's here. Welcome, Michelle. She sent a donation. Awesome. We will get right into it after our collective here. So between now and January 6th, okay. And we have the 9 of Pentacles and the Death card. Okay, I actually really like this combination, and I'm going to tell you why. So with this Death energy, this is an ending, a definite ending to something. But with every ending comes a new beginning. And, you know, if you're ending something within a relationship, it doesn't mean the relationship itself has to end, but a cycle, especially something that you've really worked toward. If you've been doing some healing in a specific connection or relationship, or something that you've been trying to make go forward and it's just not working out the way you've been trying to do it, maybe you're finding a new way to move forward with it. Perfect example, like Rosie's saying, a lot of readers are moving to live streams. You know, perfect example. If I had maybe moved some of my content to live format on the Done Creative, who knows? Maybe that would do something different to trigger the algorithm or to find viewers, something like that. Like, you just never know. But there's a new way forward where your hard work from the past will actually pay off. But you're going to have to give something up or sacrifice something. Not like, you know, bloody knife, goat type sacrifice, but, you know, think of being a mother. There's a lot of sacrifices that go on along with that. I mean, you know, you have all, 24 hours in a day, or do we? Haha. Going back to the very beginning of the live stream. But when you are a mother, a lot of those 24 hours are devoted to your children, or to, cleaning the house, or making sure the kids have what they need, or taking them to sports or doctor's appointments, or, whatever it is. So there's an element of sacrifice in that regard, something where you have to give up your time doing one thing to do something else. That's how I see the sacrifice being portrayed here. But your hard work from the past will return to you. So even if you put a lot of effort and hard work into a dead relationship, a dead project, a dead YouTube channel, somehow, some way, that energy or that reciprocation is going to find its way back to you, even if it's in a completely different form and you're completely unexpected. Again, I'm getting like almost like this is my personal reading right now. It's so weird. It's almost like all that hard work and effort I put into my tarot channels and YouTube and stuff like that might somehow, some way, someday come back to me by way of, just book sales or something like that. You just never know. You just never know. And so to me, yes, this does feel like immediate future energy, but also it's like the immediate realizations, clarifications, truths being revealed to you in whatever way are going to have long-term ripple and lasting effects into your future. So this can be the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of benefit that's coming to you as a result of past hard work, effort, good deeds, all the fun things. Okay, So let's see. I meant to get, where is it? Is it the Divine Animals Oracle? I meant to get us a new Oracle deck that we haven't used in a hot minute, and I forgot to do that. So I will do that now. Is this the one I wanted? Maybe. Open it up. Let's see. This will work. Okay. So we're going to shuffle her up as I send my little pieces of paper scattering. Okay. Here we go. What else do we need to know? Those of us watching now and on the replay. We have here the red-crowned crane with loyalty. And I really see there is one lady here in the, it's hard to tell what's going on here, but there's a lady, it's like part of her is attached to this goose here, Canadian goose. So what I'm seeing with this is loyalty to your own wishes, your own dreams, your own desires, your own forward momentum and progress, self-development, health, wellness, career, whatever. You're remaining loyal to yourself. And then we have the number 29, which breaks us down to an 11, and then the 2 energy of the 11. But with this, I see is you basically standing in sovereignty in something that you know you want to accomplish or create or become will bring other people on board, and not just any old people. People who will be loyal to you, to your cause, to your project, to whatever it is you're trying to manifest or create. So like a like-minded people, or, you know, soul family type people. Right, what else? What else do we need to know? Those of us watching now and on the replay. These two both want to come out, so we'll take them both. Okay, and we have the dolphin energy with happiness, and then the peacock energy with prosperity. Wow. Beautiful energies here. So this dolphin energy specifically reminds me of, you know, connecting to emotions, and specifically the emotions that make us feel really good, warm and fuzzy on the inside. So when I said that, I was thinking of what Tanya said she was doing earlier, snuggling up with the pups and reading a good book or 3. Whatever it is that brings you happiness, this is a time to really dive into that. Even if you feel, well, I'm wasting time, I should be doing this other thing instead. It's like, no, don't beat yourself up. Don't think that because you're taking a moment to just enjoy life, that you're wasting time or you're falling behind. No, these times in life of just doing something that brings us joy just for the sake of joy and not having to produce something actually does help us be more productive when we are in the capacity of having to produce something or create something or, you know, do the work, putting in the work. So balancing out all that work with a bit of play, or maybe even more than just a bit of play, make it more balanced, is going to be the approach moving forward. And we have the number 42 up there, which adds up to that 6. Again, moderate, more balance coming in where your happiness is concerned. And then with that peacock energy with prosperity, the number 39 adds up to 12, adds up to 3. So very creative energy, and just knowing that your creative, you know, projects, your creative aspirations have value, and not just cash money value. Although yes, so many of you that are watching right now, you're sitting on a gold mine of ideas. It's all about taking said ideas from that idea phase, grounding it into the physical reality, taking it from idea to end result or end product, and then putting that product out in the world. It's going to look different for each of you though. For some of you, that's building a business. Doesn't have to be a creative business, but just owning and operating a business in and of itself is such a creative endeavor, because you're taking something, you're taking, static that just was static before, and now you're putting something in place of that static. So that is a very creative act of creating a business, creating a child, creating a home, creating a family, creating anything creative. Every, brush stroke that you make on your canvas of life is taking you to, closer to the completion, or closer to you being able to reap the benefit and having your hard work pay off. And that's really what I see with this very creative prosperity energy of the peacock. And don't be afraid to show others what you've created. But those of you that are still in the idea or planning phases of something, I'm seeing this in my mind's eye, like, shh, don't tell just anybody. Don't maybe spout off on social media about it. Not to say that other people are going to take your ideas, but there is this thing, and I forgot what it's called, but it's basically, and this actually did happen to me. Once I announced, hey, I'm writing a book series, everybody, when I said that on Facebook, everybody come out of the woodwork. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to read your book, read your book, read your book. And this was in 2016. Well, it's almost like somehow just me putting it out there that I'm creating this book series, it almost took some of the wind out of my sails. And, I got that gratification of finally announcing I'm doing this thing without, completely having done it. I forgot what it's called though. It's almost like you're robbing yourself of being able to complete something, because the gratification of telling people that you're going to do something almost takes place of doing it. I cannot remember what it's called, but I've suffered from that time after time in my life. So keep something on the DL or the hush hush until you're ready to launch or ready to gear up to launch, whenever that time is going to be. Okay. All right. So I hope that resonated for everybody. And we do have a pregnant lady here on this dolphin. So doesn't have to be literal, but this can be that, going back to the beginning part of our reading, pregnant with possibility. So there's potentials, there's possibilities, there's ideas that need to be birthed, not just want to be birthed, they need to be birthed, and specifically through you and your unique energy blueprint, your energy signature, to be exactly as they're meant to be in this realm. Yes, someone else could, maybe write a book with the same idea or create an exact business that you already have, but you're the one that's going to do that book or that business justice the way that you would do it, completely different from the way this other person would do it. And it kind of goes back to the fact that even if you gave the same synopsis to two writers, okay, you're going to be writing a book about this girl that goes to high school and she has to, participate in a talent show. And even if you got as specific as her talent is baton twirling, and she meets this boy, and then this happens, and then that, and then that. And at the end, they kiss and they become a couple. Even if you have all the same points, each person is going to write a completely different story than the other person. So it's about sussing out or, teasing out, tease out your very unique blueprint on something that's already been done before. Or, I'm creating a business. There's thousands upon millions of other businesses out there, but mine's unique in this way because ... What is it about you and your energy that makes what you're creating unique? That's what you're really teasing out here over the coming weeks, I see. All right. So I hope that resonated for you guys. And we already have Stepher's donation, but she's not here live right now. So we're going to timestamp hers. And I know we had at least one other donation. Okay, so Michelle Lynn has donated for one card, and then Linda for a full read. So let's get you ladies on the list. So Michelle for a one card. And then Linda for a full read. There we go. Boom. Okay. So Michelle's question. Oh, go ahead and post your question, Michelle. Go ahead and post it. We're going to get right into it for you. So she wants to know what she can expect at the start of January 2024, hoping for fresh energy. Yes. And that universal year is going from a 7 to an 8. So very introspective energy of the 7 is now more extroverted or externalized action rather than receptivity. So it's already for all of us going to be a year of taking action towards those things that either we want to do or we know we have to do, or whatever it is. But for Michelle specifically at the start, we have peace. Okay, so there is an element of peace overcoming you, and it's very interesting what's going on here. It's almost like this gorilla. It is the gorilla. He's sitting on a rock, almost overlooking this kind of ocean of clouds, and then an Earth-like planet in the background. So it's almost like you're in the world, but not of it. Like that's the vibe I'm getting, is even if there's a lot of chaos and confrontation, conflict going on, either in your family, in your community, in the world, at large, a lot of wars and fighting going on at any given time. And, 2024 is going to be another election year. So this is about you already to start January 2024, Michelle, by reclaiming your attention and deciding what it is you're going to consume, be it news, be it food, be it other people's energy, and you just deciding if this is going to interfere, this is going to interfere with my peace. No. And of course, there will be times that the conflicts will come and we will have to deal with certain things. I mean, certain conflicts and, you know, what's the word? Just like attacks on our peace are going to happen. And we're going to have to deal with them rather than la, 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 can't hear you, can't see you, you can't see me. Yes, there will be times, but this is about setting proper and clear boundaries for your energy with certain people, situations, jobs, whatever it is that you've got going on. And this is the number one. So there's a new beginning here, something that's going to make your life feel much more peaceful, Michelle. Let's get a few tarot cards in the mix just to see specifically for early 2024, January 2024, fresh energy, new starts. Well, there's definitely fresh energy with that one. January is the first month, the number one. And then, of course, the number one is about new beginnings, fresh energy, clean slate. And what do you do with that energy? All right. So we have the reader here. So this is about being very intuitive. And this card is specific to the Phantom Tarot that I'm using here. And then the Knight of Swords. So there's going to be something moving in very quickly where you're going to be able to actually use your intuition to know, okay, this is either for me or not for me. But I'm seeing a very like positive vibe with this thing. So this could be a business opportunity, meaning a career change, a career shift. This could be someone new coming into your life and you are able to read the room, read the situation and say, yes, I want this in my life, or no, I don't. But again, I'm getting very, very positive vibes here. I'm going to sneeze. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Hot tip. If you don't want to sneeze, like you're in public or, you know, it's very quiet or something, you don't want to sneeze. This is a tip I just did, so I didn't have to sneeze, is push your tongue to the very back of your two top front teeth. Push it really hard, like on your gums up there, and it will suppress your sneeze. I don't mind sneezing. Oh, you just sneezed for me. I don't mind sneezing, but you know, it feels kind of good after it's all said and done. But like trying to not sneeze on the live stream is kind of uncomfortable. So, all right. Oh, Linda asked 2 questions. We'll do 2-1 cards. No worries, Linda. All right, Michelle. Anything else? Closing statements for January 2024. Okay, this is cool. I actually like this because this is letting you know there's going to be multiple possible or potential opportunities coming. And you may even feel like, what do I even do? What do I do? And I always pull clarifiers when I pull the 2 of Swords or the 4 of Pentacles, just to see what direction we're leaning for your highest good. For January 2024, Michelle's highest good. And the 7 of Swords. So the things that, it's like you're walking away or moving away from the things you feel taken advantage of. So if this is career, I'm getting a very career vibe. Maybe you're just deciding to distance yourself from certain people, or if it's the career itself, this feels like you distancing yourself from that career and moving in a new direction because you're just sick of feeling taken advantage of. So whatever area of life specifically you're feeling taken advantage of, let's get a clarifier on that Knight of Swords. I'm feeling very much career. Yeah, it's very funny though, because we got love. So it's almost like it's just all areas of life. All areas of life, you're moving forward. So if you felt very stuck, stale, stagnant in one version of yourself or one version of reality or one timeline, it's like green light go on your career, on your love life, but the sticking point or the stopping point will be dependent on how much you're going to move yourself energetically. If you're going to take moves to make something happen in your career, because normally, not always, but normally, careers don't just fall in people's laps. Usually it comes after a process of, you know, putting applications out, setting up a resume, getting interviews at different places, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, sometimes interviews at certain companies, and then finally accepting a job. Usually it is a process. It's a, you know, action-oriented process. And I see you, as much action as you're willing to take, you can go so far hitting the ground running starting in January. But going back to the beginning of the reading, it's all about what is infringing upon your peace. And specifically, it feels like your career is not feeling very peaceful to you, or maybe it's a relationship at the job that's just not feeling good anymore, and you're ready to move in a direction that feels more peaceful. But, you know, that universal year energy of the 8 coming in to support you moving financially and career-wise is really going to benefit. So I hope that resonated, Michelle. Yeah. the energy will meet you as far as you're willing to go. That's really what I see here. So if you're willing to just make all the shifts, all the changes all at once, it can literally happen for you in January. But if you're feeling like, maybe I'll work on my, health or my strength or my spiritual life, then maybe things aren't really popping off in the career. But so much of what you got in your reading, it's like dominoes. Like if you start affecting in a positive way one area of life, that domino is going to fall to either where that, say you're working on your health and you're feeling real good about your health, but now your career doesn't feel in alignment because you're feeling real strong and sovereign in your health, and now that career just isn't a fit. Or you're feeling real strong and sovereign, but now you really want that love connection. So you focusing and working on one area of life is either going to trigger events in other areas of life to not feel in alignment with you anymore, or you're just going to really want to feel like going all in on something and moving those areas forward where they may have felt very stuck. Looking forward to feeling better. Oh, you joined a new gym, and she is looking for peace, and she's excited. I love it. Yes, so this energy is definitely going to meet you as far as you're willing to travel with it. So if you want to hit the ground running, Michelle, then you do that. Yes, you do that, Queen. I love it. All right. So let's move into Linda. Thanks again, Michelle, for your donation, and it's always a pleasure to read for you. So first question for Linda. Son's 2012 car needs expensive repair. Should we do it or cut our losses and sell? We were hoping to last another 2 years till he is done with college. Okay. I'm already seeing a new vehicle would probably be in the best interest, because if this is something you're planning to do in 2 years anyway, yes, making that expensive repair could technically bring or bridge the gap for these next 2 years, but I see it being worth your investment more already to be able to cut your losses with the current 2012 car and move to something that's going to be more reliable, and it will last him definitely more than these next 2 years. But let's just see what the cards say as far as remaining and getting that expensive repair and trying to make this work for 2 years. We have Knight of Pentacles, so this might even uncover like other. I felt that way, Amanda. My husband wanted to repair. So yeah, they might repair this one thing that's very expensive, and then they realize when they're in there, oh, this other thing, maybe it's not pressing right now, but say in 6 months, you're going to need to also replace this thing. And then 3 months after that, you're going to, it feels like a can of worms you would be opening. But at the same time, if you're willing to put in this expense, it will last you the next 2 years. So, but as far as return on investment, I see it being much better if you cut your losses on this current car and just move in a new direction where you're not having to make expensive, repair after expensive repair after expensive repair. And I just heard Honda, so I don't know if he's specifically looking for a Honda or if this one that's keeps needing repairs is a Honda. I don't know. I don't know why that just popped in, but there it is. As far as cutting losses and selling and moving toward a new vehicle, yes. Much more balance, much more return. You're feeling like it's a fair exchange. So you're paying the money for, financing a new vehicle. And in exchange, this is a reliable vehicle that doesn't need all these expensive repairs. It's going to get him where he needs to go. That feels much more in alignment with what I was seeing. So let's just see overall, when they make the decision, either way, what will be the outcome for Linda's son's car? Yeah, it'll work. It'll be very reliable. And it's interesting because there's like a deeper connection here with the Hermit energy. This feels like a deeper connection. So I don't know if your son is like, what's the word? Just like attached to the current car, or if the new car he would get, he would have this sense of attachment, almost like this car was meant for him or it's the perfect car for him kind of feeling. Let's just get one more. Anything else? Yeah. Because right now, there's this feeling of feeling trapped, or like, I should do this, but I really don't want to, and I want to do this other thing. And then the star also came out. So, making the decision that feels most intuitive to you, which you think is going to be the most fair, and, cutting losses and going in a new direction with the vehicle feels the most fair and balanced to me. As far as holding on to the current car for another, because here's the deal. Energetically speaking, it's almost like, and I know this sounds woo-woo and out there, but just hear me out. It's almost like the current car knows it's on its last legs as ownership in your family, at least say 2 years from now. So it already is like preparing for cutting its losses, if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. So it might even be that this car was working until it wasn't. And then as you kind of examine, well, it's going to cost this much to replace this and then that. And it's almost like you and the car all sense like, okay, this is where we part ways. And you want to delay the inevitable, or do you want to cut your losses and move into something that's going to be in alignment for him even beyond these next 2 years? I see you being able to get in on something that it feels very fair and balanced all the way around. I will tune in once I get, the repair quote. Yeah, absolutely. Either way, whatever decision you make, ultimately the outcome will be that he will be getting a car eventually that is reliable. It feels like a really good fit for him. And yeah, absolutely. All right. So I hope that helped at least weigh some options for you. Question 2. Contacted by an aunt I never talked to. She is in contact with older brother that does not talk to me. Should I be concerned over this? Ooh. I can see your concern would be that it's like this aunt is trying to gain intel to then tell this brother, and you're kind of like on alert. Like, why? Why is this even happening right now? But let's tune into this for Linda with this aunt. I specifically want to see the aunt's intentions. Knight of Swords. So there is some gossip, or there is an agenda here. And I want to know what this agenda is. Is this just to get information? I mean, swords are mental energy, information, news, gossip, all that kind of stuff. But let's see specifically this aunt's intentions toward Linda. Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting. It's almost twofold. It's like the intention could have started out as, I need intel, I want to get to know you. And it doesn't mean that the intel she's wanting to get on you is bad. Maybe she does just want to get to know you. But the Fool also can be a very dualistic card, as far as like, oh, you're playing me for a fool, or you think I'm a fool, that I'm going to give up all this information about me and my life and what we're doing so that you can then turn around and gossip it to someone else. So I want to get some further clarification on this Fool energy as far as this aunt's intentions. But the Fool does represent a new beginning. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, it feels very like, yes, maybe on one end she just wants, I don't know if this is the brother putting her up to it, or she just realizes this brother is not in contact with you, but she somehow wants to be. But yet at the same time, she does care deep down. It's a weird energy, though. It doesn't just feel completely straightforward, loving, and just pure. It feels like underlying it, maybe something you do tell her will get back to your brother, or, and if you don't want certain people in your energy, then, just be careful what you tell her, because it may get back to your brother. She mentioned she had lunch with my brother. She wasn't that close with my mom either, and I only talked to my brother after my mom passed. Okay. Yeah, so let's just see Linda's best path to follow with this aunt moving forward. I want this one and this one. Okay. Interesting. Because the Three of Swords is about heartbreak, grief, and loss. So that could have been what brought her back into the scene after your mom's passing. And there may even be some guilt surrounding the fact that she wasn't that close with your mom, and she doesn't want to let that pass her by as far as getting to know you guys. Because with the artist energy, there is a very creative force at hand here. But I want to see for Linda, because I want Linda. Yeah, and it just might be that you, because what is your best path forward? This does look like cutting ties, or just being able to share enough that you feel like, okay, you're doing your due diligence. If you even feel any kind of responsibility. If you don't have to entertain these relationships. Just because you're related to someone does not mean they are entitled to a seat at the table of your life, and vice versa. You know what I mean? But with the artist here, this is about staying true to yourself, about expressing yourself in a way that feels, in alignment with your values and your ethics. But best path forward for Linda in this connection with the aunt. I have my guard up, but I don't want to be too suspicious. Yeah, and I would just say, consider her more of an acquaintance at this point, and don't tell her any more about your dreams, your hopes, your fears, your drama, your gossip, whatever it is, than you would tell some other acquaintance. Because again, I do get a bit of a gossipy vibe from her. Yeah. So trust your intuition, Linda. Absolutely. You are top notch with your intuition, and just trust yourself. If you're feeling like you want your guard up enough that you're protecting your family and your energy, then do that. But don't beat yourself up if you are suspicious, because there's a reason. It's not just because your mind is wanting to play tricks on you. No, there's a reason you're picking up these red flags. So pay attention to how you feel any given time about this ant. Just in closing, anything else Linda needs to know about this ant? Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. So if you want to put the effort into, you don't have to go all in and tell her everything that you've ever experienced and been through and all your fears and, all the deep things about yourself. You don't have to do that all at once. But at the same time, this is about building at least a foundation of trust before you open up further and then open up further. That's what this is saying. So if you're dipping your toe into this connection and she's not really willing to give you much about her, but she's expecting a lot of information out of you, trust your own intuition about it. But if she's giving you something and you're giving her something and you feel like things are moving in a good direction, then trust that. But I do see that this ant can at times be very set in her ways and can be a bit of a gossip, or likes to create drama just for the sake of, I'm seeing like the meme of Michael Jackson eating the popcorn in the theater. Like she just likes to feed on drama. And not even just family drama, but like just drama in general. She might even watch a lot of like reality TV where there's a lot of drama in the mix. It's like a form of entertainment for her. So if you don't want to be a form of entertainment for her, of course, put up proper boundaries for yourself. And it will with that 8 of Pentacles we had here. It's not impossible, but it is definitely going to take work and effort on both of your parts to make this relationship a connection you can both feel is trustworthy. And let's see. Yes, interesting, because she sees my sister a lot, but never has lunch with my sister. Interesting. Yeah, and I mean, if you're close with your sister, I might even ask, what do you and Aunt so-and-so do or talk about? Just to get a vibe check of what's going on here. Is this even a connection you want to spend your precious resource of time, effort, love, attention, affection toward? It may not be, and that's perfectly okay as well. I mean, again, though, I don't see her as all bad or all good. She's, she's a person. She's got, her faults and her strengths and everything. And it's just a matter of, do you feel like opening your life to her or not? But yeah, guard up for now and let her prove herself to you. And if she can't do that, no big loss really on your part. So yeah, trust your intuition. Trust yourself, Linda, because you have an impeccable intuition when it comes to knowing others' intentions. Even if you don't pick it up on a conscious level, subconsciously, your body is giving you feedback. Your dreams, your just thoughts about these people in your life are giving you feedback for what's true to the situation. So trust your intuition and just the different vibes you're getting, okay? Yes, you're so welcome, Linda. Absolutely. All right, let's just see where we're at on our donation list. I think that's all we had. Yes, okay. So that's all we have actually here right now. So we're going to move into our giveaway. Linda won as a double winner. She won the giveaway and the drawing on Wednesday's live stream, which was very exciting. So, Rosie is in a similar bucket. I think my car knows something is up. Oh no. Yeah, and I think our car knew it. We actually had a 2004 Ford Explorer that we bought in 2012 because I had a Saturn SC2 two-door, 4-seat car, and my husband had a little Volkswagen Jetta. And when we had Boston, our oldest, my car, being a 4-seater 1997 Saturn SC2, just didn't have like the anchor hooks in the frame of the car to put the car seat in. So he couldn't ever ride in my car. And if we had to go somewhere as a family, we had to get in my husband's car. And even that wasn't ideal. And then, of course, both of our cars were having some issues. Let's just put it that way. So we bought the Explorer. It was already 8 years old when we bought it, but we just paid cash. It was only like or 5,000. I mean, it was a really good deal at the time. I'm like, yes, sold. We just bought it, and it was a great car until I drove it until 20, oh gosh, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, 2018. So from 12 to 18, so 6 years we had it. And then when I stopped driving that, I gave it to my husband, but at one point we both had to stop driving it. It needed a whole new transmission and a bunch of other stuff. It ended up being almost $3,500. And then the car lasted about a year and a half after that, and it just doesn't, it's sitting in our driveway. It's just nothing, we're not putting any more money into it. We've each gotten our own vehicles since then and moved on, but it's still sitting in our driveway, and I definitely want to finish that chapter and get rid of it. Get either, just put it for sale for free, not for sale, but like put it up for free, and like you haul, you deal with it. Here's the title, it needs work. Hey, mechanic, take it, you can have it. I've been trying to give it to my brother, who's a diesel mechanic. We gave my Saturn, and my husband's Jetta to my nephew, my brother's stepson. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So my brother helped him tune those up, and they ran for a while until they didn't. And then he turned them in for scrap, I think. But yeah, we tried to give them the Explorer, but they didn't really want it. So, but if I could go back and do it again, we'd have just gotten our vehicles much sooner than make that expensive repair, and then it lasts a year and a half, and then us be SOL on that, and not every car is going to be in that exact scenario, but yeah, that's definitely what I saw for Linda's. But anyway, let's get into our giveaway. So if you're new here and you don't know how the giveaway works, I'm going to be drawing one of these tarot cards, and you can start right now using your intuition or guessing, what tarot card am I drawing out of this deck? It says we have 5 people here, so hopefully we have enough people here that want to win the giveaway that are going to participate. And we have here, so this card has come out in somebody's reading. It was Michelle Lynn's reading. So Michelle Lynn, if you remember the cards that were in your reading, we've got one of them right here. Hi, Brenny Lynn. The race is on. Ooh, what is it? Okay, I'm going to narrow it down a little bit. It is not a major arcana. So it'll be a cup, wand, pentacle, or sword. From ace all the way through king. One of those suits. It's a suit, or a, All right, I'm not seeing it yet. I might have to narrow him down a little more. It is a swords card. Oh, Pinkily just coming in. First guess, I think. Or second guess, maybe. First guess? Pinkily! I think that was your very first guess. Look at that. On your first guess, you got it. Wow. Look at that, Pinkily. Yes! You dip in just long enough to win our giveaway. Look at that. So cool. Oh my god, wow. One guess. Yeah, first guess. That is so cool. Hello, board and board resellers. Welcome, welcome. All right, so those of you that want to be entered in today's drawing, put a 777 in the chat, because we have 7 people and 7 likes on the video. I'm getting texted. All right. So put a 777 in the chat, and I will write your name out for our drawing. And you do not need to be present to win from live stream to live stream. We're calling this a perpetual drawing. So there's a lot of people from past live streams. I mean, every single card in here or slip of paper in here is someone from a past live stream that can have the potential to win today. But let's see. We've got Linda H. Linda H being entered in today's drawing, and tomorrow's and the next days and the whenever. All right, Rosie YouTube. Oh, I never write this correctly. Rosie, oh, there it is. Okay, --YouTube. Okay, Rosie YouTube. Next name I see is Tanya. And my paper just wants to move out from under me here. I swear I can spell. I swear. And then we have Brandy Lynn. And I'm going to cut some new strips of paper here. Really quick. Okay. Fold these over here. Stand by, everybody. If you're just joining us, put a 777 in the chat. We will enter you in today's drawing. All right, we're getting closer. Stand by. Okay. Those over there. Next up, so Brandy Lynn we have, so Pika Lee. And yesterday, or sorry, Wednesday, we had a double winner. We had Linda win the giveaway and the drawing. I wonder if Pika Lee will win the drawing now that she's also won the giveaway. All right, so Pika Lee. All right, you guys, we're going to draw. Here we go. Today's drawing winner is somebody. It's Michelle Lynn. She may not be here right now because she was here earlier, but I didn't see her in the giveaway. But I will timestamp that for her, and hopefully she will know. She won! Exciting. Very fun. All right, Michelle Lynn won today's drawing. Yes, I got it right that time. Okay, so Pika Lee, starting with the Two of Swords. Did you have a question in mind for your free reading that you just won for the giveaway today? Let me know. Oh, I will enter board and board resellers into the drawing. Although we just did the drawing, I can still enter you into it for a future live stream, so your name will be in there. Board and board. Resellers. Okay, there we go. Putting you in the drawing. There you go. Anyone else just joining us, put a 777 in the chat, and we will get you in the deal, in the thing. You know what I'm trying to say, in the drawing. And you do not need to be present to win for the drawing itself. The giveaway, yes, just because you have to guess the tarot card during the live stream. But the drawing, you can win a year from now. If we keep all these names in there, you can win a year from now. You do not need to come and watch every single live stream to win or to know that you won. But if you do miss a few live streams and want to see if you'd won during any of them, you can just click on each video, check the comment section, and see if there's a timestamp with your name on it. And the name that I write out is your username here. So even if you say 3 months from now, change your username, say Pika Lee changes her username to Sunflower Goddess or something. Of course, it'll say Pika Lee, but she knows that, well, it used to be Pika Lee, so I'm the winner. All right. So here we go. Pika Lee, should I continue with the project management or focus more on operations? I'm enjoying project management, but I absolutely love operations. I'm not sure if I just want to stay in my comfort zone thinking of operations, or project management is where growth will happen. Okay. So should Pika Lee continue with project management? So let's start there. Let's ask that question first. Should Pika Lee, in her spirit's highest alignment, continue with project management? Okay, so, and it's very interesting because the card you used for your win is about kind of making a choice or being unsure of the direction to go. So a bit of confusion maybe on which way to go. So I love this card, or this question for that card. Very cool. And then as far as maybe going into operations, would that be in alignment for Pika Lee's highest good? And these two want to come out. So as far as staying in project management, in highest alignment, we have Page of Wands. So there might be a new opportunity coming as a result of staying in project management. Let's see about the operations. Ooh, wow. So we have some big victory here, especially after that Five of Wands energy of chaos, conflict, possible brainstorming or coming together. And I would think that Five of Wands would be a perfect way to describe project management, because you have input from all these different people, and you as the project manager have to make it flow and make it cohesive, and hopefully have as many winners as you can, win, 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 win situations. But I do see a massive victory here as far as going into operations and being something you can really work your way quickly and have this just excitement for. It feels very passionate. Something you'd be very good at, just intuitively very good at it. Two of Swords was screaming at me. So funny. It was a card. It was meant to be. This is how this works. I love it. I love seeing it. But as far as staying, I want to get a clarifier on this Page of Wands, staying in project management versus operations, which looks real good. Interesting. So if things have been feeling kind of like, okay, you're focused on all the things that you feel held back by, or yeah, I'm good at this or that, but like it doesn't excite me the way that I think operations would. There might be something coming in, or a person, energy coming in that's going to revive this energy for you. But for the most part, it feels like there's good and bad associated for you with project management. It's like it can be equal parts almost from day to day. You're like, this is really good. And the next day you're like, I don't know if I like this anymore. There could be a bit of back and forth. But with the Page of Wands, there could be something new, someone new, maybe possibly coming in that makes it more exciting. But as far as ultimate potential of either of these outcomes, operations looks really promising. But I don't think you could go wrong. I mean, there's probably more cons to staying in project management than there, say, would be moving into operations. And I see it's almost like your spirit is calling you in a new direction. And I think intuitively you already kind of felt that or knew that. Your boss had high praises for me this year, and I could see myself getting promoted. And hey, that could happen. That definitely could happen. And this isn't a change you have to make right now. But when you do make the decision or the shift or the change, things will feel very successful. And I do feel that you moving into operations, you would start out at a higher like salary point or tier than maybe you're at right now currently in your project management. And even with that promotion, I still see with the operations, and I don't know, like I don't work in any corporate environment or know much about it outside of just what goes on in my husband's corporate structure. But as far as operations go or project management, I don't know which one typically or tends to pay more. I don't know. But I do get this sense that you would be starting out in operations at a higher salary than you're currently at for sure. Feeling I'll get promoted to a leadership position in your current team. See, that could absolutely happen because it's with this Page of Wands energy. It's like a new beginning, and it's almost like he is climbing these tiers here. And he's here now. He's going to move up here. Like, absolutely, that could happen. Again, though, even if that is the case, I do see you still kind of almost that grass is always greener on the operations side. Like you're just like, oh, if I was over there, I could be doing this or I could be doing that. I don't think you could make a wrong choice either way, though. It's pretty fulfilling work, but I would say that operations feels more in alignment with where you're going. Project management, something you're very good at, something you could continue to be good at. But as far as where you're going or the trajectory you're on currently, operations does feel more in alignment with your ultimate potential in corporate America, if that makes sense. So let's just see, once she makes her choice, whatever it is, what will be the outcome of said choice for Pika Lee? Whatever it is. Yes, I love this. And that I actually love this with this, because this is letting you know you're closing out a chapter and you're starting a whole new book. It's not even closing a chapter. It's a whole new book. Like you finished that book part of your life and you're moving into a whole new book. Major timeline shift is what it feels like to me. And a lot of the stress and worry and anxiety that you may have in your current PM position, it'll be like turning over a new leaf. It's very, wheel energy is very new calendar, new karmic wheel, all these things. So it's like brand new, fresh energy. And really, this does feel like you're leaving behind this stress or even just anxiety about you settling for something when maybe operations could be more exciting, more fulfilling. project management feels good and cozy at times, but other times there are some cons to it. But this does look like stepping out of that comfort zone and actually being greatly rewarded by doing so. So we'll just say that. We'll just end on that note. But either way you go, you're not going to be mad at the result. Let's just put it that way as well. So the choice is yours, Pika Lee. You can do a lot of good stuff. Hello, Katie. Hello. All right, so we've done our giveaway. We've got to do our drawing winner. Michelle Lynn won our drawing, which I still have to do her timestamp. And I need to do Stepher's reading and timestamp that as well. So let's really quick do. Congrats again, Pika Lee. Yeah, wow. So many good level ups coming for you, no matter what you choose to do. No matter what, there's promotion, there's a rise in status in your corporate career. It's beautiful. Okay. So, Michelle Lynn, we're at 105.53. Michelle Lynn, or Michelle, but your name was Michelle Lynn in the drawing thing that we pulled today for you to win today's drawing. So Michelle, let's see. Okay, what card? So what does Michelle need to know? So Michelle, if you have a specific question, you can pause me right here, right now. Think of that, and then we'll carry on. So tuning in to whatever question Michelle is going to ask, or just the energy in general. The card fell. Where did it go? So slippery energy, a little bit of slippery energy. So with reliability with GOAT. And you know, the acronym GOAT, greatest of all time. So there might be someone in your life that you always saw as a GOAT or the greatest in your eyes. They may be not as reliable as you thought because it kind of slipped through my fingers and fell to the floor. Doesn't mean they're not redeemable. So if there's a person in your life that feels a little slippery, or maybe they're putting you off, they're acting weird, something like that, it doesn't actually technically have anything to do with you. But of course, the way they're acting or ghosting or whatever it is, it does affect you, obviously. So don't give up on this person, though. You know, reliability, this is someone, you know, this is Olympic athlete card. Someone who keeps showing up, keeps doing the work, even if they fall. They're so close to the finish line. So what I do see with this for you, Michelle, is don't give up on this person if they're kind of falling from grace. They may just be going through it. They may be going through something. This feels very friend energy. This isn't really family or romantic connection. This feels very friend energy. This could even be someone you haven't talked to in years that you think about from time to time. It very well could be that. Just give them a bit of grace and a bit of benefit of the doubt in this regard. All right. All right. So, Amber A, hello, welcome. All right, so if you're going to donate for a question today, this is kind of your last call. We've done our giveaway, we've done our drawing, we've ran out of donations, except I do need to do Stepher's reading. She donated last Wednesday, and I closed the live stream before I saw that she had donated, so we're gonna timestamp Stepher's. So 108.19. For Stepher's. And her question was she'd love a reading. So I'm going to assume, oh, Katie's going to donate. Awesome. We'll still be here because Stepher's donated for a full reading and then some. Thank you so much for your generosity. Let's see for Stepher's what she needs to know. Tuning into Stepher's lovely energy. What does she need to know? Ooh, we have the Tower. Dun, dun, dun. This feels very internal. It doesn't feel like some big catastrophic event. And in fact, this does just feel like closing something out. And it does feel very around the home. Energy around the home. Maybe even repairing things that have broken or busted or just haven't been working for a while, and enough is enough. I'm seeing in my mind's eye, my own bathroom door, my downstairs bathroom door has been broken on and off since we moved in. And we moved in here in 2008, 15 years ago, 15 and a half at this point, because we moved in here in June of 2008, 15 and a half years ago. So it's like, there's gonna come a time where I'm just gonna lose my crap and just be like, we need to completely just take the whole thing out and replace it completely and be done. Be done with these repairs and the trim falling off and hitting me when I'm in the bathtub randomly. It's like enough is enough. There's something going on, Steffers, that you're just like, enough is enough around the home. So this could be clutter. This could be, again, just projects or things that, have gone out of repair and it could even be not just one big thing, but maybe lots of little things that you're just deciding enough is enough. I'm going to get my little toolbox and my handkerchief and I'm going to just do it all up. I'm getting it all going. Hi, Florence. Welcome. All right. What do we need to know for Steffers? What does she need to know specifically about this tower? Okay, so slippery energy. It's falling to the floor. 8 of Wands, so something quick moving, and Temperance. Okay, so there's a balancing out. There might be something you're like decluttering or getting rid of that's going to free up the mental space to be able to make any repairs or something. Because sometimes, think of it, you walk in a very cluttered room and you're looking here, you're looking there, there's stuff everywhere. You're just so overwhelmed even just looking in there, let alone thinking, well, where do I even start? Where do I even start? And if you're at that point around your home where you're like, where do I even start? The most logical answer would be anything that is trash or anything that is garbage. Start there and go through the room and clear out anything that is like literal, put it in the garbage can. If that's wrappers, if that's broken items, whatever it is, start there. Second would be things that you don't want them anymore, that you can donate. That would be second. And once you get those 2 layers out of an area or out of your home, it feels more breathable. Even if you don't have a lot of trash just lying around, maybe you do have a lot of things that you forgot you had. And you're like, well, I don't know if I even need that anymore. You can donate that and free up that energy in your home that can now bring in new energy. Out with the old, in with the new is what I'm hearing. And you can actually accomplish this quite quickly. And as you start clearing and closing things out, you are like moving quickly, like new opportunities are finding you. And this kind of takes me back to early 2016, January 2016. I read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. And just reading that book and then her follow-up book to that called Spark Joy on kind of breaking down how to do all these little things she talks about in The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I read both of those and I went through my house and I just, like a wildfire, just getting everything out. I threw away, I didn't realize, because I never have considered myself a shoe person, but I went through my closet and I had like 23 pairs of shoes and I wore 2 of them. 3 of them if we consider the boots and I, would need to have a winter option. Okay, 3. So I threw away or donated what was still decent repair. But I even threw away like my like daily shoes because I'm like, these things are atrocious. They have holes in them. They are dirty as heck. No matter how many times I wash them, they're not going to look new anymore. I'm going to get rid of all of this clutter in my closet and buy a pair that's going to really serve me. And there's something very symbolic, especially about buying a new pair of shoes. It's like, that saying, walking in someone else's shoes. Well, when you yourself get a new pair of shoes, it's almost like new shoes, who dis? Like there's an exciting energy going on around your home, around your belongings, around your personal effects, that you are seeing some big and swift changes, Steffers, and new good balance, leveling up, out with the old, in with the new. And as we do this, like I was going back to my story in 2016, around June, because it took me like 6 months to go through all my house. And I, to this day, have not gone through the sentimental category. I just couldn't get myself there. But I got rid of all the others. I went through all the other categories except sentimental, which is the last category for a reason. It's the hardest to go through. I still need to get there. But anyway, I was like on a high for 3 months. I was excited. I was happy. Things felt easier. I'd roll up to the stoplight and it would turn green. And then the 3 after that would just be green, green, green. And it was like I was walking on clouds, just clearing the clutter from my life. Who knew? So there just might be this revamp or, shift or change you're making to your home, your personal items, your belongings, maybe even cleaning out your car. That's another kind of home away from home. And our home everywhere we go, Steffers, is our physical body. So doing the things to bring balance to the body. And you can make a lot of good progress with your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual and emotional health in a very quick amount of time by clearing the etheric junk and clutter, trapped emotions, all those things. You can make a lot of progress in a very small amount of time. So I hope that reading resonated. Oh, before we go, Steppers, I want to pull you one more card. Actually, I'm going to pull you 2 cards, kind of as a bonus to say sorry as well. Yeah, you're making room for more peace in your life. This is really beautiful energy here and new beginning. Out with the old, in with the new. There's new opportunity, new states of being that are opening and becoming available to you, Steffers, by embracing these shifts and changes that are ready, especially the physical stuff that's ready to go. It will start to do a number on your internal system as well. And as you do like the internal work, then the external work will start to get done as well. All right, what else? What else does Steffers need to know? Woo! Got 2 more. So ritual with bison and authenticity with wolf. Wow. And one is like the predator and one is the prey. One is like masculine energy. One is feminine energy. So again, kind of going back to that temperance card of finding the balance between your own predator, your own prey, your own masculine, your own feminine energy. And, masculine doesn't have to look on the outside as masculine. Masculine in energy terms is about taking action, and feminine in energy terms is about being receptive or kind of taking a break, stepping back from all the hubbub and allowing that creativity to flow. So there might be some major up-leveling to the way you show up in your creative expression. And also with this ritual, you may be implementing or doing ritualistic things, and you can even create little rituals when you make your morning coffee, or you're making your food for the day, or whatever it is. Little like morning routine things that you just incorporate to make you have a better day. Things you're shifting there and just stepping more into your authentic self. And this can look a bit lone wolf, meaning you kind of feel like you're on your own, or you're kind of stepping away from the crowd to do things your own specific way. But at the same time, we have that number 17, which is the star card in the tarot, which comes after the tower that you had earlier. It's from 16 tower card to 17 of the star card. So there's progress you're making, going from feeling the crumbling of the old, and then the star is the rejuvenation, or this new energy coming in. And also the star represents healing. So if you've had any physical, mental, emotional, spiritual woes, there's healing coming in those areas as well for you, Steppers. So big hugs. Thanks again for your donation and for your patience. My apologies. I did miss your question at the very, very end of or your donation at the end of our last live stream. So hopefully this made up for it and was in divine timing for you. Much love, Steffers. Thanks again. All right. So we had quite the donations come in. So we have Rosie. And we also had one coming in from Katie R. And Brandy Lynn. So full read and a 1 card or 3 1 cards. Let me know, Brandy Lynn, how you want to shake up, wake up, break up that energy. Sorry, I'm like a magician. Alakazam and alakazoo and bibbidi bobbidi boo. Sorry, I talk with my hands. It's what I do. Okay, I'm going to update our list here. So we had Katie R. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so Katie R. Rosie. And then it's dash dot dash YouTube. And our other one was Brandy Lynn. That's right. And that's not how you spell Katie. Only one A. And Brandy Lynn. Oh, the YouTube stopped, and I thought the live ended. I donated, but it didn't prompt a message. So I'll post my question when it's my turn. Perfect. Okay. And did you want to break that up because you donated enough for like 3 1 cards, or a full read 1 card, or how do you want it? Just one bigger read with all that? Let me know, and we'll do it. We'll do it how you want it. Yes, Brandy. That's not how you spell Brandy. I can spell it, I swear. Yes, okay. There we go. So First and foremost, on our list, Katie R. You're starting us out in this new wave of donations here. Oh, one question. Perfect. Thank you for letting me know, my dear. All right. Katie R. Go ahead and post your question, unless you did and I'm just not seeing it. Let me go read it. She's got it. Look at this. Okay. Okay, so Katie R. says, a truck driver disappeared under very strange circumstances not far from where I live. His name is David Schultz, and he's been missing since November 21st. His semi was found abandoned with a load of baby pigs in the middle of the highway. Oh my gosh. And his jacket was found in the ditch. His phone and wallet were in the cab. The GPS records show his semi had been parked since 10:40 a.m. Do you know what happened to him? Oh, let's tune in. I want to know. I've not heard about this, but it's very interesting. That date, November 21st, came up earlier for me today. Not of this year, but of 1994. My kids wanted to watch Trapped in Paradise, which came out I'm like, I wonder when this was released. I knew it was in the 90s, but I didn't know what year or whatever. And I looked it up, and it was released on November 21st, 1994. But let's tune in. I'm wondering what tarot deck we want to use for this question. I'm not feeling any of the decks I have out, and I want to get the right tarot deck on board. Oh, it's in Iowa. Interesting. I want to see about a tarot deck. I don't know. Where am I being guided? I got lots of them over here. Let's see. I don't even know. What's this one? Ooh. I've not used this one in a while, but I'm going for it. It's not in there. Okay, I bet it's over here. I'm all over the place, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Woo! This room is not big enough for the both of us, meaning me and all this clutter. Okay. Light Sears Tarot. We're going in. So this truck driver, David Schultz, let's tune into his energy and see just what the heck happened. I don't know if he owed money, but like I'm seeing two guys. Okay, what do we got going on here? Seeing two guys. It's like, so I don't know if he had stopped to rest and he had been being followed for a while, but this feels like they were following him a while, literally. They were putting some time in and effort in to kind of right place, right time to see about getting that money. And yes, even though his wallet and everything, and it probably appeared like it wasn't money related, it does feel to me, is this money or like something he did? Okay, I need to know. Why? What was the intention between these two men coming up on him? Wow. Money. Exchange of money. And then I got chills too. Oh my gosh. So he literally was on the road and they found their opportunity, exchange of money, but money that did not get exchanged. It feels like gambling debts or like mafia. Like it feels like that, but that's not exactly what this is. I need to try to tease out what actually this is as close as I can get. Is this literal gambling debts or what? King of Swords. Okay. So he definitely owed a guy, but it's like these two guys that went after him were doing it like henchmen or minions of this more powerful leader. What is this? I wonder if we can tune in to see if he's still... I don't feel that he's actually deceased. I don't feel that. Yeah. He's no longer in the area. What is this? It feels to me, the best way to describe this is he, in his younger years, had been involved in something shady, but he wanted out. It's kind of like gang energy or, again, like mafia energy, but not like literally mafia or a gang. Something, what could this be? But something from his past he literally moved on from, and that's why he liked truck driving, because he was a lot of times never in the same place for long. Like, it helped him have this sense of freedom, and yes, he, I think, still was watching his back, but yet he felt more safe on the road than he would have if he was just settled down in one spot. Yeah, rough past. I can totally feel it. So this is somebody and somebody's connected to the main guy. I have such chills. This has to do with his past. And I do see their intention is not to let him go. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. It's like, you will pay for your misdeeds of the past. And this is such heavy energy of like torture. Like, like in a movie when they catch the guy and like, you better tell us what we want to know or we're going to rip off your finger. Like, it feels like that. But I see they have the intention of, if they are not getting either the information or the, like, whatever it is they're after from him. It's not just the fact that, oh, you deceived us by leaving. Yeah, that's part of it, but it goes deeper than this. So there's either something he took, stole, left them holding the bag for, something like this, that they're here to claim from him. But Seven of Swords, lying to, cheating, stealing, or all of the above. And I think they do intend to do away with his life. Or maybe they already have, and I'm just not tuning into the last part of it. Oh. As far as him still being Earthside in a human body. We have the Strength card. So at least his spirit is his energy is still very close to this side, and it might be because he's so close, I'm almost viewing his energy as still alive. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, Earthside. He's still alive. Ooh. Very interesting. I feel like that King of Swords from earlier, that kind of ringleader guy. And what I said earlier about them not letting him go alive, that doesn't mean they have killed him. That means he's back in their fold. That's what I see with this. And the fact that, he has basically his identification and credentials and probably bank cards and everything in this wallet. It's not like he's going to create a paper trail where he's going, because I think he can fly under the radar with this group of people. And this is not the only person they've done this to. They've done this with other people as well. This feels... I'm just going to type it because, YouTube algorithms. This is what this is. Am I spelling this right? How do I spell it? I probably spelled that wrong, but... And that's not what he knew this operation to be when he was in it. He was in a subset of this, maybe wheeling and dealing substances, or, theft, stealing, getting caught here and there, spending time in jail, getting released. He did not know this this rabbit hole went so deep. I hope he can get away, because I can see his heart is so not in this whole syndicate. He is so not wanting to be involved. I do know that their intention, though, is to not allow him to leave with his life. So if he does leave, it'll be like, it won't be by them saying, yeah, go home, you're good, debts are paid. Yeah. And it's like he feels it's a very limbo energy he's in right now. So because certain things have or have not transpired yet to know if he's going to lose his life to be able to get out, or if he's going to somehow escape and then live to tell the tale, so to speak. But this goes much deeper and more sinister than just petty crime. This is what I typed out in the thing there. Yeah. Yeah, stability here. And we have a child. And it's like I'm reading this energy as yes, he's an adult and he's older. I would say he's at least in his 30s, maybe 40s is like the energy signature of the age he is, even if he's younger or older than that. He feels very, 30s to 40s to me. Um, but this to me feels like that is so not the road he wants to go down. What I typed in the chat there. Oh, he's got a wife and 2 boys. Yeah. And oh, this is so sad. Yeah. And because he, even if he's had a peppered past, a troubled past, he would not have left his station, his truck full of pigs and all his stuff and his wife and his boys. Like he had no plan or intention to just disappear like that. He knew it could happen because that threat has been looming over him since he left this syndicate he was once part of in one way or another. And again, he felt very low man on the totem pole as far as Big Daddy at the top and King of Swords and then henchman him way down at the bottom. So he had no idea the web he was weaving just by getting involved with this. Let's just see if he will make it out alive on the earthly. I mean, he'll make it out spirit-wise, obviously, but let's see if he will make it out and live to tell the tale. Knight of Pentacles. It might be a while. It might be, I would say, months to years from now. Kind of one of those things where, like those ladies who are abducted and they're held in a house and they become mothers and they're like basically locked away and then something happens and they escape. Like that's what this feels like to me. If he does make it out alive, it'll be a long time from now. It won't be even probably next year. Or if it is next year, it's in the later part of the year. But again, a lot of the timeline of when he could somehow get out is related or determined by certain ideas or actions or decisions that may or may not be made yet, which could significantly either close off the fact that he could even be released at all or speed up the timeline or slow down the time. You know what I mean? So I guess there's no saying exactly when this could happen or even if it will happen because he's kind of at the mercy of who has him under their spell or under their lock and key right now. Anything else? David Schultz. Okay, this one fell to the floor. Where did it go? There it is. Ah. Yeah, links, secrets. And the number 2. So this might be 2 years. People keep telling his wife on Facebook that he probably just left, but I was not buying it. No. And I don't think that he did at all. No. I had a feeling that something sinister had happened. Yeah. And this feels very sneaky, very plotted, very calculated. It's like these people following him, they had to just wait for the perfect opportunity. And they'd actually been following him for quite a while. Because his loyalty to the faction or the syndicate was denied, and they are coming to get what they feel is owed them, which is his loyalty. They want that back or else. Wow. We could probably just keep going and figure out like more details, but oh my gosh. Although I feel his energy very close to Earth. So if he has crossed over, I'm not saying he hasn't already, but to me it feels if he has crossed over, he's very, very close to Earth's side because he wants justice. He wants these secrets revealed, if that's the case. If he's still alive, that's why his energy, it still feels very this side to me. So if he has crossed over, no bones about it, he will be seeking justice or finding a way to let someone know that this is not what actually happened to him. And this is actually what happened to him instead. But if I had to just trust my intuition on this, that he is still alive. But if he's already been deceased and they do find him eventually and like, oh, he's been deceased since the day he disappeared or whatever, then his energy is still very close to this side, at least at the time of my doing this reading. that it's almost indistinguishable if he is crossed over. And I mean, I've read on people who had crossed over like earlier in the week from when I did the reading, and they felt farther away than his energy does. So I would go on a limb and say he's still alive at this moment. Thank God, right? Oh my gosh, poor guy. Because I can see what a good heart, and just he doesn't want to be involved in this, but like it's almost like he signed a deal with the devil and didn't even know it kind of energy. Just so sad. Yeah. Free will is so twisted and warped and just calculated on this, manipulated. That's the word I'm looking for. It's just sad. Ugh. Well, I hope I'm going to send all my positive vibes that David can get out and be safe and be able to say what's actually going on here. Have a voice. Poor guy. Yeah. Oh no, I would say you're good. No, absolutely. Don't apologize, Katie. This, life has these things happening, and we do need to be aware. Poor David, Man. All right. Thanks again for your donation. I'm glad that we could read on this because, you just never know. Just never know what's going to happen. All right. So up next we have Rosie. Rosie, go ahead and post your question. We'll get right into it for you. And then Brandy Lynn is on deck. I'll take my reading later. If possible, just leave the donation. Oh, okay. Well, how about I write down that we will do a reading for you. And do you have a question in mind, or do you just want like a general reading when I'm live again, which should be next Wednesday, which would be what, the 3rd? January 3rd? I'm going to leave myself a note to do Rosie's reading on, reading on 1/3/24. Oh, it feels so weird to write that date down. Oh, contact me Wednesday. Feels good. Sounds good. Yeah, you have a good weekend as well, Katie. Thanks again. All right, Brandy, let's move into your reading then. Cool. So we have Rosie on retainer for next time. All right. So I want to move to the Kawaii Tarot, so I'm going to put this one back. Interesting how we're drawn to certain decks for certain readings. You never know. You never know. And yes, I'm all comfy cozy in my cozy clothes. I'll lighten things up first. First of all, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. I hope you had fun and got some fun stuff. And it's always fun watching the kiddos open all their stuff and see how excited they are about certain things, and not as excited about certain things that you thought they would be, but very excited about other things that you're like, really? It's not fun. All right. I need to make myself a note. I need to leave 2 timestamps for today. Okay. And for anyone else that's just joining us or wanted a reading today, this is maybe the last call for donation because we're on our last donation. And we've already done our giveaway and our drawing. With the question, All Planets Direct is coming up in a month and just needs clarification and advice on avoiding burnout the first quarter. Yes, I love it. Ooh, didn't quite get away from me. We have the 3 of Wands, so being able to take action and move forward, again, without the burnout. There might even be some sort of trip. It doesn't have to be like a faraway trip. It could be like a day trip or something around like an activity you're doing in your immediate area. But there's a bit of travel, maybe across town or something like that. Email on the way, I swear. Nice. You're good. But yeah, let's just see with the planets all going direct, just needing clarification and advice on avoiding burnout for Brandy Lynn in the first quarter. Yeah. 8 of Wands. Okay. And then 7 of Swords. Yeah. It's almost like you feel like you spending all this time doing this or that or this or that is like stealing from a different area of life. And, this can be a bit of a burnout energy just in and of itself because it feels very heavy, very negative. But with that, we have the Eight of Wands. So the nice thing about any burnout that may be on the horizon for you in quarter one, you would have like almost advanced knowledge of it, or you're starting to see the signs of burnout before it actually becomes burnout. And then you're going to be able to kind of just withdraw or retreat or pull back just a bit on your energy to do the self-love, self-care thing, recharge your battery, refill your cup before, slow, very Knight of Pentacles of, yes, it's nice to see those big leaps in, like during NaNoWriMo. It's always great to see those big word counts day after day, but like at what cost, because it would be better, just kind of to your energy, would be better to be able to write that same amount of words in 2 months' time rather than one, and give yourself grace and breaks and refill that creative well. I mean, because sometimes, maybe toward the end of the month, the creativity's running on E as well. So it would actually benefit your career in the long run to be able to schedule those breaks right in. And of course, you have a break scheduled and then maybe, you get ill or, the kids are home from school for the day and you didn't anticipate that. Of course, you scheduling breaks into your schedule already can help account for some of that time that inevitably as a mother always somehow, some way gets in there. But we have Six of Cups here. So I love this. This is about maybe even finding things that have worked for you in the past or even revisiting old projects. Might be something from the past idea wise or even relationship wise coming in to help you avoid burnout. Maybe this is even rewatching old TV shows, rereading old books, things like this to keep that creative well filled up. Comfort shows, like I'm seeing like comfort shows or comfort books, things that you can read or do in your kind of off time or spare time that can help refill that well to help avoid that burnout. Even games, I'm seeing like games, maybe like board games or something that you really enjoyed at one point. Yeah, just really, making sure you're having fun at home and not feeling, because obviously you work from home a lot. You want to almost put that really hard stop or hard line between these are my work times and these are my family and home and vibe and chill times, and just really do, define very well that line between these are my work hours, these are my mom and home and self-care hours. Making it very defined for yourself can really help. And maybe even signing some sort of writing / career contract and self-care contract for yourself. Sometimes even just listing out bullet points of breaking Q1 down into each of those individual months as well. Like, especially if during this 1 month, there's a birthday going on or an anniversary or the school event or, like Martin Luther King Day, there's, no school that day. President's Day, I think, there's no school, I think, or is that, yeah, I think it is. So there's a few days, especially on Mondays, they fall on Mondays a lot, where there's no school. And if you can look at those in advance and have them already blocked out as well, probably not getting much done this day, that can help you feel, you're keeping on track, not burning yourself out, not feeling like, well, I've got 3 less work days this month because of this, so I really got to grind and do. No, you really don't. You really don't. And I think you kind of doing that slow and steady approach into Q1, not hitting the ground running, unless you feel these random spurts of energy, then of course ride that wave. But if you're not feeling it, but you still want to get things accomplished, of course, almost sometimes we feel like we have to force ourselves into things, or at least force ourselves to get started. And once we get started, we're good, I don't see you having to do a lot of forcing though. Don't really see you having to do that. You're riding the wave of the energy going on, and it feels pretty supportive. So I'm working on that. Scheduling my writing days based on hubby's work schedule has been helping. Yes, that's very helpful. Also, comfort books have been helping too. I love that. And just starting working on scheduling writing days. I'm pretty new planner too. And in my Google time card, just got to use them. Yep. Yes. And Page of Swords. Yes. Just use the information you have available to you or what you know to be true. reflect that in your journals and your time card and your planners, the reality. As long as you are operating on your realistic time frame, your realistic timeline, your realistic allotted time that you have, because we all get the same 24 hours in a day, or do we? Like, I don't know. But some people need to sleep more than others, and others have more commitments than others, and so that time just starts to get whittled away. But this is about showing up with that realistic, already whittled down time that okay, I definitely have at least this much time available for writing. I could maybe even stretch it to this much time if this or that doesn't happen, but don't it's like Sarah Cannon was talking about in her 2024 writing plan live stream she did a couple weeks back. Don't plan for like this best possible version of yourself. Plan for the person you are right now. And if you can do more than that in Q1 or all of next year, that's amazing. But you got to start where you're at. And I loved that she had said that, because it's so true. And if we can start where we're at and really start to show up for ourselves where we're already at, it almost helps us build this momentum to then reach a little higher without, again, burning ourselves out. So let's see anything else. Brandy Lynn needs to know about advice and wisdom, not burning out in Q1. Okay. Yeah. Again, there might be some things you have to just put aside or set aside because the time just isn't there. Or maybe you are still allotted or allowed time to work on certain things, but it's just not as much time as you wanted. But whatever amount of time, if it's a half hour, if it's an hour, a day or a week or a month or whatever, make the most of whatever time you do have. Because it does feel to me, Brandy Lynn, like there's going to be times, it's going to maybe be the opposite of what I experienced most of this past year of, I mean, I do want to write, but like, it feels like such a chore to even, because I had this looming thing of having to re-outline book 2 and then piece out what I already wrote for book 2 into the new book 2 format and see what worked and what didn't. And that just felt so heavy on me since Nano of 2019, or really early 2020. It just weighed on me for almost 4 years at that point, right? But this to me feels like kind of an opposite energy of that. This feels for you more, I'm raring to go on this thing, but like other life commitments are in the way. Like that's what it feels like more than, well, got to do this thing, better push myself. No, you're ready. You've got that gumption to keep going. It's just life is maybe putting itself here and there. But I still see, again, even if you're taking 2 months to do what you hoped you could do in 1 month, it's still going to be very quality work. And there isn't going to be burnout as long as you are picking up those cues for burnout in advance. And then with this hermit is making sure on your schedule, you're scheduling time to just do that introspection. And even like checking in with your goals and plans almost every step of the way to see if this is still in alignment with where you're wanting to go. Because maybe at some point you're shifting like that, summit of the mountain that you were gunning for. Now maybe you're like, no, I actually kind of want to move more over here. So just keep that ultimate goal in the forefront of your mind at all times. And if that ever shifts, of course, your trajectory towards said goal is going to shift as well. It was also your card for February. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this is definitely, patience, creativity takes time. And sometimes a project can seem to be taking too long or seem to be failing. That was my Oracle card for Q1. There you go. So I think patience is going to be such a virtue and such a gift for you. Again, very Knight of Pentacles energy of slow and steady. Just keep showing up when you can and put that effort in when you can. And again, though, I feel more of you chomping at the bit, like I need to get all these ideas out, but I have this other function that I got to go to for the kids, or, I got to cook dinner and life is happening. But that doesn't mean you can't write these ideas down and kind of put a pin in them for when you do have that time to just go all out. And you might even find you have these big spurts of like ideas and creativity flowing, that maybe you only have an hour to devote to this, but it feels like you've accomplished 6 hours worth of work in 1 hour. Like that's what this feels like for me, for you in Q1. So don't get discouraged that I only have X amount of writing hours, or oh, we got all these other things going on, because you're going to make some massive progress in even just this writing session, that writing session. You've got a lot. You're not going to burn out. Again, you're watching these signs so you don't burn out. And in fact, I would say you're ready. You're ready and willing and able. Got some mini notebooks for Christmas. Oh, fun. Yeah, there's a lot of really great energy here for you, and you're really going to be moving forward. Again, it's going to look a little different than, say, NaNoWriMo just looked or December just looked, because it's just a different energy. But you're here for it. And I really do feel, again, you're making massive progress toward your ultimate goals in your writing career, specifically in Q1. This is cool. Very cool. All right, let's just see anything else Brandy Lynn needs to know. Advice and wisdom for not burning out in Q1. These two. The dog with companionship, and then loyalty with the red-crowned crane. Yes. Very solitary energies, very hermit vibes, but like companion animals as well. Loyalty and companionship. So it's like you are surrounding yourself with the people in your life that are loyal, that are supportive, and most likely these are the people that live with you first and foremost, and maybe some other family members and friends, accountability partners, right? So you're feeling supported and very, just very supported, very cushioned, with even explaining to people in your life that, oh, I would love to work on my thing tonight, but we got this other, and you may find that your husband's like, oh, don't worry about that. I'll get that. You go ahead and work. There's things like this to where you thought, well, maybe I wouldn't be able to do this or that. You're going to find out you can. Feels very supportive. So as long as you're reading your own body, mental, emotional cues, as far as when you're reaching, because I saw this really beautiful thing, and I meant to screenshot it, but I know who posted it. It was Lavender. I don't know if you know who she is, on YouTube. Let me see. I'm gonna type in Lavender. I love this, and I'm like, that's such a duh thing that I should have. I'll just show you so you can see. It was in her community tab. I mean, take a break here, not here. I think this needs to be my screensaver or like my background on my phone or something. Like, take a break here, not here. Hopefully you can see that. I'm like, that is such a duh thing. So, Brandy Lynn, if you're taking care of yourself here, not here, things are going to go off without a hitch. I know, though, as a mom, as an entrepreneur, there are going to be those times where we're doing everything on our end and on our part to make sure we're taking care of ourselves here, but we're already here and the day's not even over yet. So there will be those days. And when those days come, give yourself grace, because there's no use beating ourselves up for outside circumstances getting in the way of what our plans are. But knowing you will make this work. And your Q1 feels very explosively productive when you do have that time, or when you are able to be productive. It feels like you're accomplishing double to triple to quadruple the amount of work in an hour than you thought, because the thing, the energy is just flowing, the ideas are flowing. Maybe even when you're not able to sit down and work, but you're, cooking dinner, or you're going to pick up the kids, or, whatever it is you're doing. In the meantime, your brain is like, okay, first I need to do this. So when I sit down to work again, step 1, step 2, step 3. So it's almost like you can multitask other things you're doing to get your game plan in place. And then especially if you're writing it out in your planner and stuff, you won't have to sit there when you sit down to work and scratch your head like, where do I start today? Like, you sit down and you're already going. Like, you're already going. Like, that's what this feels like to me. I feel like I need one more. One more! Anything else Brandy Lynn needs to know? Advice, wisdom for Q1. We have third house with communication and interaction, and third house, writing house, creative expression house. But there's going to be a lot of communication, meaning, and interaction, meaning that you are expressing your needs or your hopes, your wishes for your writing career to those around you, so that they understand where you're coming from or what you need energetically. So as long as you can be in clear communication with those around you, specifically in the home, family and home, to say, this is mom's work time. I'm going to set you up with this awesome activity and I'm going to work beside you, but I'm here and I'm available if you need me, but I hope you don't need me because I'm really immersed in this, but like, I got you if you need me. I know when I get to red, I get, oh, it's cut off because of the red. Oh, I get sick, which I'm trying so hard to avoid. Right. Very much same. Very much same. And I almost feel like personally, like not, I think on a conscious level, but like subconsciously, I'm always like, well, if I don't give my very last drop of everything, then I haven't done enough. And then, but every time I do that, then I pay the price. Then my husband pays the price. Then my kids pay the price. My dogs, because I'm not in a great mood. And that's not fun for any of us. Right? Oh, and then this one just fell off the deck. Slippery energy of, 10th house career and success. So again, time is ticking, as we know, but I love that we're able to pick this up. So even if it feels like it's slipping away, it's up to you to recalibrate, recenter, and pick up where you left off. And don't beat yourself up that you're not as far as you projected you would be by this date or the end of Q1, or just keep going, because I do see you being able to really make some moves in a short amount of time, and being able to stretch something out over the course of maybe 2 months, but it creatively being on point rather than just throwing words at the page. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in the 3rd house in Jupiter, and then a 10th house stellium. Wow. Yeah. So you got a lot going on in these power houses for you this year. And I think that's going to benefit you a lot, because Jupiter and Uranus together are really good for completely blowing away any labels or any ideas of what normal is. Just going completely beyond the stratosphere of normal and expanding it into something just so otherworldly. It's so, wherever that's going on, because that's going on like for all of us in a house or somewhere, right? One house or another. It's going to be a powerful, potent time to really think outside the box. And because for you, Brandylin, that's in the 3rd house, this is absolutely going to affect your writing in the best possible way. You're really thinking outside the box, even as far as, say 10 years ago, the way you're looking to publish things. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it did exist 10 years ago, but 10, 20, 30 years ago, these ways that you're looking to put your hat in the ring weren't really available that many years ago. So you're already thinking outside the box. So that's awesome. All right. So I think that's that. Well, this is exciting. I hope I can get a reading for Q1 as awesome as that. So again, you are mostly just needing to be the one to calibrate. When you're feeling like I'm about halfway empty, I need to maybe recharge a little bit rather than just let it get completely to red. And if you can do that, you won't have any burnout in Q1. You will just be able to keep on keeping on, which is, I think, a gift for any of us. That's all any of us could hope for, is just to be able to keep showing up day after day, week after week, month after month, without feeling that burnout on our heels. Oh, wouldn't that be glorious? All right, Brandylin, thanks again for your donation. This was so fun. Such a fun reading, and I love it. Sounds brilliant. Thanks again. You're so welcome. Yes, we need to be in touch for maybe our next meeting, just to touch base with our goals and our whatever. And if you wanted to read my book 1 at any point, let me know and I can get that all packaged up for you. Although I would say from the midpoint on is I need to do some repair. I need to make it better. Yes. And I might even wait to send you that until it is better, if that's what you want. Although I think a lot of the spoilers and the midpoint and all that, but to actually to know it and then to actually read it are 2 completely different things. Yeah. I just didn't want to put too much on your plate if you're not ready for it, but yes. All right, you guys. Well, that's going to do it for our last live stream of the year. You won't see me again till next year, you guys. And I know it sounds like so far away, but it's not. It's only 6 days, 5 days away. Not the end of the year, but the next time you'll see me in the new year. Wednesday, the 3rd. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful New Year's and have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you're doing any kind of resolution or planning for the new year, give yourself some grace. Don't feel like you have to completely shift or change into a new and improved version of yourself overnight, because that is almost unattainable for any of us. Or if it is attainable, a lot of times it's not a long-term attainability. It kind of somewhere runs out. So give yourself grace, slow and steady, Knight of Pentacles. But yes, I will see you all next year. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. I'm just going to quickly check my email, though, just to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. No, we're caught up. Okay, good. And we will do Rosie's question on Wednesday. Yes, we will. Or whenever she shows back up during a live, we will do her reading. All right, you guys. Yes, Happy New Year, and I will see you next year. Yes, except in the emails, right, Brandy Lynn? Yes. See you all later. Yes, bye.